Yeah, no, part 11 was meant to be the last part, but I did some more play testing and found out we have a few more things to sort out. So we have two bugs, a missing feature, and just something I need to double check. So, let me quickly boot up Sonic 3 and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, I think this is a good place to show this off. So here's a breakable wall. Right, sorry. Yeah, so here's a breakable wall, here's a fire shield. You can smash it. So people are going to play Sonic 1 with the fire shield and they're going to think they can smash through walls. They can't. And there goes the fire shield, so I guess the end of this segment. Now the other problem... Well, the other two. Yeah, there are two bugs. So, let's get a lightning shield out and I'll hopefully be able to show this off here. So, double jump, you got... Let me get a frame where I can actually see him, damn. Here we go. You got these 4 sparks. Yeah, I think that picks up on the recording. So, yeah, they look fine, right? Cool. Let's go grab an invincibility. You might know where this is going. Right, cool. Invincibility over, and... Well, that ain't right. Those aren't the sparks. Those aren't the sparks. Those are invincibility stars. Let's pop up in the... Actually, I think that'll pop up on the recording. Let's try to pop up the VRAM view. Alright, that took a little configuring, but here we go. So here's VRAM. Here you can see the electric shield sprites. And here, where the electrical sparks would be, you have the invincibility stars. Now, how would we fix something like this? We could go the old method, back when we had the Sonic 1 shield. And when the stars wore off, it would just reload the shield graphics. We could do that. I want to cheat though, because we have electric shield, invincibility stars, and then a bunch of empty room. It's a bit of a cheat, a bit of a hack, but for what I need, I can just move the sparks or even the invincibility stars just over here, and they won't conflict. In fact, in theory, I suppose I could just load the invincibility stars. Actually, no, never mind. Still, I should probably move the sparks. I think that's the better option. Just because the invincibility stars are big. They start here, end here. So if I made them end here, they'd cut into here, and it'd be a problem anyway. But if I move the sparks, put them from here over here, then we're good. So, how do we do that? Well, let me just switch over to the text editor. Okay, so this seems easy enough, right? Just change the address. Sure, but that still leaves the sprite mapping data. So you remember SonMapEd, right? So here we have the shield sprites with the art data, the mapping data, and the DPLCs loaded. They look fine. Then you come here, and here you have the 2 spark frames. So the trouble is, DPLCs load all of these, but they don't load these. And the art for the sparks isn't even a part of the Lightning Shield art file. It's its own file, spark.bin. So, if we're going to move... Well, let me illustrate this again. Let's go back to the VRAM viewer. So, here we go. Lightning Shield is here. The sparks would be here, but right now they're overwritten by the invincibility stars. So the mappings are going to always know, or assume, that the sparks are going to be, however many tiles away from the beginning. It will assume the sparks will always be here. If we're moving the sparks, we've got to change that assumption. Now, in SonMapEd, that's actually, I don't know a good way to do that. Just switch back over. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know a good way to do that. Just looking at an info menu that isn't being captured on the recording for some damn reason. Yeah, just there isn't really a way. Because we're talking about out-of-bounds sprite data. There's no way to just say, oh yeah, put in some gibberish 10 tiles away. I mean, I guess you could, but, well, I don't think it was intended for you to do that. You kind of just spam frames and whatever, it's not worth it. So, we're going to do the alternative. We're going to edit the mappings by hand. Not with a hex editor. Lucky for us, the mappings are already in assembly format. So I'm just going to come here and look for the, here we go, lightning shield. We're just going to drag that over to Notepad++. Switch back over, there we go. So this is what a mapping file generated by SunMaphead looks like. It ain't pretty. So right here we just have an offset table. This is frame 0, frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, etc. And here you have just the raw mapping data. And you might be thinking, what the flipping heck is this? Well, once again, the Sonic Retro Wiki to the rescue. So, there we go. Just going to come over here to info.sonicretro.org. Just going to look up the Sonic Community Hacking Guide. We want one for Sonic 1, of course. Ah, there we go. The lack of numbers always throws me off. Right, why are we here again? I think it's under Object Editing. And here we go. There we go. Each mapping, or I think it's better to call it mapping frame actually, but each mapping frame is 5 bytes long, taking the form whatever. Alright, so I'm just pull this up. You can't see it, but okay, just double check that this isn't complete gibberish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this isn't a perfect explanation. Let me just quickly switch back to Notepad++. So as you can see, they're talking about this. They aren't talking about any of this, and they especially aren't talking about that. So let me break it down for you. Your offset table. This is frame 0. This is frame 1. This is frame 0. This is frame 1. This byte says how many of these there are. So there's 3 of these, and in frame 1, there's 2 of these. So what Sonic Retro is talking about... Yeah, what Sonic Retro is talking about are these. Okay? You really got to know these things. So, let's go back. So what are they saying? The mapping is 5 bytes long, taking the form whatever. So the first 2 bytes are the top coordinate. That's irrelevant. We don't care about these zeros either. Width, height, whatever. We want these A's, because they are the tile index. So if we come here... Nope. Man, this takes some getting used to. Yeah, if we come here... Yeah, for the most part. I'm just looking at the web page again. Yeah, okay. So essentially, this is the tile index. Just, put them together. So this is 0, this is 4, this is C. And so on. So let's go back to SunMaphead. And these 2 frames are... Yeah, we start at frame 0. Oh, you can't even see it in the video. Damn. In the title bar it says, SunMaphead, frame 0, pieces 3, tile 2. Blooming OBS. So I'm just going to come over here, and I'm going to show you, it says it's frame C. And this is frame D. Hexadecimal, of course. So I'm going to come here, and look for frame C. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C. Here we go. As you can see, they're very simple, only one sprite, but also, as you see, they reference tile 1F and tile 20. So let's come back to SunMaphead. Tile 80, 52, 2E, 2F. Ah, yeah, right, I forget. It's because of the DPLCs, whatever. So, if we go perhaps back to the VRAM viewer, I wish I knew how many tiles per line this was. We might have to do some guesswork. Like, there's no way I'm counting this by hand. Maybe 32 per line. Whatever. So all we need to do is just bump this number. Bump it until it doesn't read where the invincibility stars get loaded. Let's just come back to the code. So the current position is 541. Look back at the VRAM viewer. Doesn't really look like 541 to me, but whatever. Bleh. Oh, hang on, no, you have this. Okay. So this is Spring Graphics, and right here, there's one more bit of Spring Graphics, so this is 541. I suppose we'll just illustrate it with this. So let's just tack on 20. Come here, and now hopefully that will do the trick. And the sparks will load and display from this new region of VRAM. Sorry, I'm not even showing the right window. Yeah, here we go. So it's now 3F and 40. Okay, so here's Sonic 1. As you can see, I have the electric shield. If we switch over to the VRAM viewer, yeah, we've made a mistake. So the sparks have moved, but a bit too far now. They're overwriting the tiny animals, I suppose. So we were close. Yeah, we were close. We're just going to have to reduce these numbers a bit. I think we'll give ourselves a bit of a safety buffer, so we'll go back 6. So 3, what was it? A? C? Yeah, A. What the heck's F minus 6? I think that's 9. Oh, of course. Alright. Come back here, take away, again, 6. I'm lazy, so I'm just going to do that. And let's build the ROM again. Alright, so as you can see, the sparks are now properly loaded with one empty tile of like safety buffer. Though honestly, yeah, might as well salvage it. But does it display properly in game? Let's find out. Yep, looks like it did. Cool. So let's switch back on over to Notepad. And we're just going to bump the tile up by 1. There we go. So, that's that bug finally fixed. So now if we get invincibility, it will not conflict. I suppose I should illustrate that real quick. So back to the emulator. And let's take a peek at VRAM. As you can see, the stars have loaded in their area, and the sparks remain in their area, which is good. Man, this OBS stuff takes some getting used to. Alright, so, yep. Hey, it's found a place less crowded. Damn. There we go. So, as you can see, it's working. So we've addressed that bug. What was the other bug? Ah, right, okay. Let's reset the game. This is a thing most people don't bother fixing. So let's just fast forward here. Oh, hang on. Right, problem number 1. I left debug mode in, so this dude will just keep spawning shields. But that's not quite what I'm talking about. One sec, I'm going to go disable the debug mode, the shield debugging code. So if you recall, actually I don't think I ever showed you this, but yeah, instead of commenting out the code, I just put this condition around it. You could actually add your own little debug flag at the top of like sonic.asm and like debug equals 1 or debug equals 0, and then check if debug equals 1 or 0, do or don't assemble this code. So right now I have something that's constantly true, so it will assemble the code. Now I've made it something that will always be false, and it will not assemble the code. Alright, welcome back to blasting. So just going to fast forward. This should be okay. As you can see, Sonic just goes on his merry way because we haven't changed the speed cap. The demos in this hack should not desync. Now, from what I recall, demo compatibility, people usually don't care about it. It's a bit like Doom, really. Only the most hardcore purists will try and keep the demos working in their ROM hacks. They'll either record new ones or just leave them broken. Anyhow, so Green Hill, normal. And is this Marble Zone? Oh, Marble Zone. Okay, here we go. You know what's special about the debug mode demo? Sonic busts open a shield monitor. Just give him a sec. Right, here we go. Yep, electric shield every time. And now he double jumps. Yeah, it's minor, but it is an issue. So, what are we going to do about this? Well, there is a subroutine responsible for... Actually, no. I have a better idea. Let's go to the jump height code. Oops. Wrong window. Let's go to the jump height code. And we're just going to kind of hack around it. Because we're not going to be recording new demos, we're just going to augment the old ones. So, if Sonic is, or if the game's playing a demo, then, there we go, we're not going to let Sonic be able to do the double jump to match the vanilla behaviour. So, this is where the game decides to not do the double jump, so we're just going to add another one. Now, I believe there is a variable that determines whether you're in a demo or not. Let's take a peek at the listing file. Let's look for... Now, what's its name? fdemo? Here we go. fdemo. So, I already know the answer, but if you browse through the code, you can find out for yourself. Like its use cases, it gets set to 0 to disable it. It's a word long for absolutely no reason. Demo mode is 1. If it's -1, it's actually the credits. Yeah, the credits demos. So, while I was playtesting, I didn't watch the demos, the credits, but maybe the bug applies there too. So I'm just going to kill two birds with one stone. If demo is not equal to 0, do not perform the double jump. And there we go. That should fix the bug. So I'm going to quickly just build the ROM, go to the Marble Zone demo, and see if it worked. Alright, here we go. You know, I guess there is one problem. These shields making you immune to things. So the player could get hit, but yeah, we're just going for hackish compatibility here. Yeah, I've watched through all the demos, there is no point where Sonic will get an elemental shield that would make him immune to an attack that he later gets attacked by. So, while this isn't a complete solution, I think a proper solution would be to just make it so Sonic gets a regular shield in the demos. We're not going to go that far. This works. Yeah, there are potential holes, but we haven't... Yeah, there's nothing in the game to trigger them. There are edge cases that we don't have to worry about because they will never occur. So that's good enough. Now, so that's the two bugs fixed. We need to work on the missing feature, smashing through the walls. This is where the video is going to get slow and tedious. I just know it. So I'm just going to quickly... So, God, where is it? Look at Sonic 3 and pray that I can find the code responsible for smashing through a wall. maybe I won't find it. Let me just... There we go. Oh, it's loading. Great. Like, to be fair, the smashable walls in Sonic 3 are not the same as the ones from Sonic 1, so there's no equivalent code there anyway. But, like, if I'm lucky, I can find it just to show off, you know? But that requires the code being documented and... Honestly, maybe it's not worth finding the code in Sonic 3 and... yeah. I can't even port it over. So let's just go to Sonic 1 and augment the code for ourselves. Now, just switch over to Explorer. There we go. What even is the object? Let's check breakable. Nope. Oh, I know. I bet it's called smashable. There we go. Smashable wall. 3C. Just going to put that in Notepad++. So hopefully we can find what we're looking for in here. Is Sonic speed higher than blah blah blah? Do nothing. Fragments, direction. Fragment move. Is Sonic rolling? Right. So we need to just make this into an OR condition. Have a big check. So if Sonic's rolling, or he has a fire shield, and he's doing the flame dash, doing the double jump ability, then proceed. So, do break. Modifying code flow is always a pain in the ass. So, I believe we need a BTST here of status fire shield against the V shield type variable. If that bit is not set, do nothing. Then we need to check if he's doing the double jump, so tst.b. I believe it's just called double jump flag. This is an SST for Sonic, so. And if it is equal to 0, do nothing. And hopefully that does it. So, I'm going to go re-enable the debug code, go find a wall, and test this out. Right, here we are. Let's hope this works. And it doesn't. Fantastic. Alright. Okay, well that's probably the problem. Okay, let's try that again. Damn it. Really? Okay, well. I'm not convinced this code is working. It does solid object, checks if you're pushing the wall, and comes here. I don't think it actually does that if you're jumping. I think this only works if you're on the ground. So, we're just going to disable these checks that could be blocking us. And, yeah. So if Sonic's touching the wall and he has a fire shield, it will just break. It doesn't care if you're double jumping or if you're rolling. Let's see if that worked. Please work. What? Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, I don't know. It's working. What? Oh, for fuck's sake. I get it. Yeah, there was a check I didn't remove. Let's just pause. Come back to Notepad++. Right. It still checks if you're going at a certain speed. So, hang on a tick. The entire point of this was... Alright, back to blast him. I just found some spikes so I can do that all again. Come on, Sonic. Okay, so the point is to find out if I can smash through the walls while jumping. Because I'm not convinced he can. So. I really should have found a better way to do this, but it doesn't seem so. If I run into it... Oops, sorry. If I run into it... Yeah, it breaks. Okay, so for whatever reason, this code... It doesn't agree with you jumping. So how the hell am I going to do this? Right, so this is a pretty complex issue. So I managed to find the code for that thing, the smashable wall, in Sonic 3. And if you look around hard enough, where is it? Here you go. It's checking if you're Tails, then skip. If you have the fire shield, then go. If the wall is being pushed against, or not pushed against, skip. If you're playing if Sonic is playing the flame dash animation. Or is he rolling? Probably rolling. Anyway, You see the magic number. That's the speed you have to be to break the wall. It's the same as Sonic 1. But as far as common code goes, the issue here is this. We need to... well... we need to change how the collision works. Sonic 1 isn't very flexible. It isn't very advanced. Because we come here, solid object, right away it checks, is Sonic in the air? If he is, it does not set these bits. It doesn't, it just quits. And D4 is usually a good way. You see, if you come down to solid object, check enter. This is a much more fully fledged one, but I'm not sure if it's actually compatible. Anyway, it uses D4 to indicate whether there's side collision. Regardless of if you're in the air or not, it can indicate no collision, and it can indicate top and bottom collision. So, we want something like that, but for compatibility, we don't want to change how solid object works. I think what we should do is duplicate it. So let's create our own solid object. As you can see, Object 71 already has its own collision code, so this isn't unusual. Sonic Team did the same thing. So I don't know what the hell we're going to call this one. Wall. So, if Sonic is in the air, yeah, it just completely gives up. But we want to change this. Now, hang on a tick. Stand, leave. Let's just double check what check enter does. If it detects Sonic is in the air, and it does so... well, after everything, really. It does it before setting these flags. That'll cause it to come here, return 1, call this, which clears the flags. Which is, well, okay. This thing checks 5. Thing is, where is it set? It calls solid object, but that just does 3. Hell, it clears 3. It doesn't actually set 5. Is it here? Take it that's not defined here. Great. Right, one sec. Okay, whatever. Looking around, this has nothing to do with it. So anyhow, this skips the bounding box calculations, which we don't want it to do. Now... yeah, no matter what, it'll just return 0, which is completely useless. We're not going to rely on bit 5 anymore. We're going to return on this rely on this return value. If Sonic moves off the left, branch. If Sonic moves off the right, if not, branch. Sonic in the air, branch. So, yeah, let's change the API here. Hang on a tick. Is Sonic stood on the object? Oh. Oh, for flipping heck. Okay, nah, I'm an idiot. Let's just rewind here. So if Sonic isn't stood on the object, it does go to solid check enter, the fully fledged one. Okay, and it comes down here, and... and if Sonic is in the air, it'll call this, and it'll return D1. Even if you're on the ground, it'll return 1 in D4. So, here's our solution. We check if D4... yeah, I think we can do a bite. Check D4. If it's positive, which it will only be, because this thing can only return 0, 1, or negative 1. So we only want 1, not negative 1. If it's positive... hang on a tick, doesn't that also include 0? I think I'm being an idiot here. You know, I think I could use a signed thing. So, branch if greater than. This is a TST is equivalent to compare to 0. So we're saying if it's greater than 0. The difference between branch if greater than and branch if higher than is that branch if higher than is unsigned and greater than is signed. So negative 1 will not be interpreted as FF, it will be interpreted as negative 1. So this should work. So, if we're touching the wall, get rid of that junk, we should be able to smash through the wall. Right? Let's find out. Okay, so I just did this ahead of time so I don't waste any more of your bloody time, but it seems to work. It just smashes on through. Let's quickly load a save, make sure rolling works, or even running doesn't work. Yeah, that doesn't work. Does rolling. Alright, cool. We have gotten the flame dash working. You know, I seriously had my doubts. I thought I was going to have to scrap that feature because... Oh no! Oh no! Come on! Oh. Alright, you see that? That's a bug in Sonic 1. Hang on a tick, I thought they fixed... No, they fixed it in Sonic 2. Yeah. If you make the camera move too fast to the left, the renderer kind of screws up and just draws weird level geometry. We can fix that, I suppose. Bloody scup creep. Alright, I'm gonna quickly go away and find this for you. Okay, so this is a long and annoying complicated issue. That issue you saw does actually exist in both versions of Sonic 1. All you have to do is go to the left at a very high speed. It's possible to do that in Green Hill Zone Act 3, I think. Right before the spiky bridge, there's a loop-de-loop and a red spring. Just get hit by that spring, don't hold left or right on the D-pad, just hold down to roll, and in theory it will zip you fast enough to cause Level Renderer to screw up. So why does this happen? Well, it's because the game only implemented a speed cap for when you're going to the right. The game physically cannot scroll the camera more than or equal to 16 pixels per frame, because the game engine can only draw 16 pixels of the level at a time. So if you go too quick, it'll alias and skip lines. So here's the code. Remember this code from when we added the spin dash camera delay for the flame dash? We ported it from Sonic 2, and if we compare the code to Sonic 2, we can spot some differences. But before that, let's just go through the code ourselves. So, alright, let's look at Sonic's distance. If it's to the left of the screen, go this way. If it's to the right of the screen, go this way. So if we're going to the right, as you can see, it takes the delta of how far Sonic is from the edge of the screen. Is it greater than 16? That should be a BLO, ignore that. If not, branch. If it is above 16, or is 16, set it to 16. And then use that to calculate where to put the camera next. This is the camera speed cap. So here's the code for when you're going to the left of the screen. That's right, there's no check. Now let's take a look at Sonic 2. So here's the same code. Is Sonic to the left? Yes. Is Sonic to the right? Yes. Is he going to the left? Yeah, do the check. Is he going to the right? Do the check. So you see? Now of course Sonic 2 did shuffle the code around a little because left is above right, whereas here right is above left. But yeah, so let's quickly just replicate the behaviour. So we'll just take this check, put it here. I think we're going to have to give this a new name. Sorry, temporary label. Temporary my ass. Alright, negative, negative, and instead of BLO, we want to flip it the other way around. I think it's HI. Is that what Sonic 2 does? Oh. That's weird and hacky. So, branch if greater than is signed. Branch if lower is unsigned. I wonder if that causes a bug. Anyway, so that should be greater than. Now, I didn't figure this out on my own. I mean, I kind of did, but no. Let's just take a peek at Chrome. Let me get Chrome back up. This is a guide on the Sonic hacking, the Sonic Retro Wiki by Mikey Jester, apparently. And yeah, he explains this issue and the fix, and he points out another issue. I think he wrote this second part. He points out there's a bug to do with using signed and unsigned branches. Sonic 2 fixed this bug. Yeah, I think this fix is completely wrong. I mean, Sonic 2 does it the right way. So let's switch back to Notepad++. So the issue is, where is it? It's here. Because if Sonic's to the left of the screen, if he's far enough to the left, the delta will be negative, but it'll be interpreted as an unsigned value, causing it to just throw a fit. So again, just use the correct names for these instructions. Yeah, they're unsigned, but you need to use the signed equivalents, which is, I believe, LS for lower than or same. No, what am I doing? Yeah, BLO, BLE, BLT, BLS. So we want BLO, branch if lower, BLT, branch if lower than. I know it's stupid, everyone hates it. As for that, it's going to be greater than or equal. And that should fix it, and if we take a peek at Sonic 2, then oh, would you look at that, BLT, BGE. So that's why I'm not convinced Marcus' fix is correct, because, like, really? Why is he using BMI and BPL? It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyhow, so that's 2 bugs in the scrolling code fixed, and now we won't have the problem where if you flame dash to the left, the camera won't freak out. So thank goodness. Let's quickly play test it, shall we? By the way, while I'm here, I probably should say, and I might do this, but I was thinking I'm going to record it because I don't need this to be another 30 parts. Generally, when you're making a hack, you should come down to the Sonic Hacking Guide list. Just go down and fix the bugs in the game. You learn a lot about how the game works and how these bugs are caused, learn a thing about syntax and all that. And you make a game less buggy because, yeah, as we've seen with the sound engine and this problem, the bugs in the base game will sabotage you. I didn't do anything wrong, that's just how the game works. Alright, let's just double check that this works. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. As you can see, the camera is working properly. Thank you, Sonic 2, for this really important bug fix. Alright, so I believe that is the last of it. Let me just check my to-do list one sec. Alright, let's see. Invincibility stars, fire shield, invisible wall, smashable wall, and double jumping demos. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've counted my chickens early before. So I'm going to go away after this part, do more play testing. Hopefully there won't have to be a part, like what are we even on now, part 12? Yeah, so I think we're done here. We've ported the elemental shields, we've ported their graphics, their audio, their behaviour, their weird little features that I forgot existed, like bouncing projectiles. We've fixed bugs in the base engine that made this stuff difficult to do. We've play tested, we've found bugs, we've fixed bugs. And it's taken so much of my time. So, yeah. In conclusion, I just realised I don't think I was... Yeah. Well, that's one hell of a way to end the video. Yeah, yeah, see? Camera doesn't screw up. So... yeah, I think we're done here, finally. The only thing that can go wrong is if I do more playtesting and find more bugs. But I suppose even if I do find more bugs, I'll have to bring the series to an end at some point. So, hopefully now you have an idea of how these Sonic hacks are made. Rifling through ancient, not very particularly well maintained disassemblers. Disassemblers made by different people with different coding styles, finding equivalent code, compatible code, porting the code, picking apart engine differences, the nightmare of porting sounds, like, gee whiz, that was fun. DPLCs, the DMAQ, like, ROM hacking is pretty involved. So, not really sure how to end this, but yeah, that'll be the end of this series, but I am hoping to tackle some subjects in the future. It won't be anything like this, let me tell you. 12-hour marathon of just watching me ramble to myself, trying to figure out how to make a thing or two work. Nah, I think in the future I'm going to be making videos more about the fundamentals. The process of porting an SMPS song in a bit more detail. Maybe explaining how the mappings in Sonic work, or even how to do just basic things in hacking that just aren't very intuitive. So if that's up your lane, then I hope to see you there. But to wrap this up, now that the ROM is pretty much finished, again, I'm going to play test it, I hope I don't find any more bugs. If I do, though, I ain't making any more parts because this is just getting silly. So, I'll put a link to the ROM, perhaps in maybe the description of every part instead of just the last part. I'll link to it in the video that made me start this series in the first place, one from 2014. And I suppose I'll release it on like SSRG, Sonic Retro. I mean, it's been done before. Plenty of people have put the elemental shields in Sonic 1, but, you know, if I want to go through all this, I might as well have something I can actually release, you know. So, I suppose that's it. Toodles.